What's up? I think I'm gonna get a little more, or talk a little bit more about Kyrie on this show. So, hope you guys buckle up. There's a couple of other things I want to look at, just to kind of show and prove what type of player we're dealing with. Okay. So, if you got anybody coming in with your chats or whatever, feel free to do so. So right now I'm just gonna open up another window. Make it smaller. I'll make this a little smaller here. Smaller here. You know where we headed, right? YouTuber.
Maybe you're a better passer now without LeBron. You're going to be fine. Like, a lot of this is optics to get this guy ready to be the best that he can be on the court for the Boston Celtics.
Ask Danny Ainge how good he was
Without LeBron James?
I mean, we've never seen any evidence of it. I mean, Kyrie Irving had plenty of opportunities. High school? No. His little bit of time at Duke? No. The 3 years before LeBron got there, the 25 plus games he played without LeBron since LeBron got there. Like, listen, Kyrie Irving is who he is. That is a fantastic.
So that's one starting point. I mean, look, they have this I don't get it. They're trying to make this whole narrative of somehow LeBron James could have been keeping Kyrie Irving back, like holding him back, not allowing him to do and be what he is, right? Which is a more of an ISO basketball player. First and foremost, I love his game. I love his handles. I'm not going to deny any of that. But I have a problem with acting like this hasn't happened before. Like, he hasn't led a team before or something of that nature. That's where it gets real dicey with me. And here we are again, they're discussing it. If you've seen his interview yesterday, then you can go in and you can watch what we talked about on that. It's just how he acted. It was horrible. But let's hear some more of this Danny Ainge, what he has to say about Kyrie Irving.
Feelings on LeBron, but is Kyrie a better passer at least? Without LeBron James?
I mean, we've never seen any evidence of it. I mean, Kyrie Irving had plenty of opportunities. High school?
No.
His little bit of time at Duke? No. The 3 years before LeBron got there, the 25 plus games he played without LeBron since LeBron got there. Like, listen, Kyrie Irving is who he is. That is a fantastic offensive player because he is, in my opinion, the best ball handler the league's ever seen. Rest in peace, Pistol Pete, but...
Well, I'll stop right there. The best ball player, the best ball handler the league has ever seen. That is a toss-up. Pistol Pete was nice. Sham God was nice, but he really didn't play in the league. Allen Iverson, good handle, but you know he had to carry travel with his move. Then you have the what's up, guys?
What's up?
Then we have Tim Hardaway, crazy handles. Kevin Johnson had crazy handles. And you got Isaiah Thomas, the real Isaiah Thomas, not the little mini Isaiah Thomas, who had mad handles. So I don't know if he has the best handles ever, but he has a nice handle on the rock. He knows where he wants to go, for the most part, so that helps out a lot. Let's see what else he has to say.
Kyrie better, and as good of a below-the-rim finisher, putting English and spin on the ball, as I've ever seen, certainly is in the league.
Definitely has, he can finish at the basket around the rim. He's very crafty, kind of like Ross Strickland, who's his godfather. Chris Paul's crafty around the basket. Yeah, a lot of guys who are real crafty. John Wall starting to develop that. How was school today? Where's your mom?
She went to the store.
Why didn't she go to the store with you guys?
Huh?
She waited to come home to go to the store?
She was just dropping us off.
Where's Ewan? So she dropped all of you guys off.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway.
Mama, I'm drop all my store.
Was there a reason for dropping you guys off? I mean, can you bring me a popsicle?
League right now. That is who he is.
So what's up?
But there's a myth going around that Kyrie, he didn't have opportunities to shine with, playing sidekick to LeBron James. There's a really cool stat in the NBA. It's called.
Yeah, I like how he does things. He's gonna go by the numbers. This is what I like about him. So for all you people that have the argument about LeBron was holding him back, maybe he wasn't getting enough opportunities to shoot, maybe he didn't have the ball in his hand a lot. Let's hear the stats.
Usage rate just means what's the percentage of your team's possessions that you use per game. Not surprisingly, first in the NBA in usage rate last year was Russell Westbrook. Yes. Makes sense. Had the ball in his hands the whole time. James Harden is top 5 in that stat.
Wow.
Last year, Kyrie Irving finished 10th in usage rate. You know who didn't finish in the top 10? LeBron James. Last year, Kyrie used more Cavs possessions than LeBron did. The idea that LeBron was like holding back this all of a sudden he's going to be Magic Johnson 2.0, that doesn't exist. Kyrie's still fantastic, but that's just recreating history here.
He's not a fantastic passer.
Nope.
He's not a fantastic defender.
No.
Now, so Danny Ainge, he made up a couple things there, and then also, he's going to be a better defender in Brad Stevens' defense. Well, how's that going to happen? They don't have no big man to protect the rim. Like, how's that going to happen? So if you're an educated basketball fan, you can be a
Yes.
You see apples.
You got apples
Yeah.
at school? Did you finish your apples in your lunchbox?
No, I don't have apples.
Okay, finish your apple.
No, I fix my apples. Mama said
No.
I go free.
I'm gonna backtrack a little bit.
You know you're full of it. LeBron was like holding back this all of a sudden he's going to be Magic Johnson 2.0. That doesn't exist. Kyrie's still fantastic, but that's just recreating history here.
He's not a fantastic passer.
Well,
He's not a fantastic defender.
No.
Now, so Danny Ainge, he made up a couple things there, and then also, he's going to be a better defender in Brad Stevens' defense. Well, how's that going to happen? They don't have no big man to protect the rim. Like, how's that going to happen? So if you're an educated basketball fan, you can be like Danny Ainge. You know you're full of it. You just...
now this is the thing. You hit around the head if you want to be an educated basketball fan. If you want to be a person who actually uses numbers, right? Who actually can look at a play, understand how it develops, how it breaks down, what this person is bringing to the play, and what that person is not bringing to the play. you want to be that type of viewer, and that's what we're here doing, right? And they're going over the numbers. It's pretty interesting because it knocks down any argument he has for wanting to lead that team. Let me continue.
You just made these things up. He is an unbelievable scorer. Unbelievable. Like, unbelievable scorer. But even if you're going to put more responsibility on as a point guard, you know what that is, Nick? That's more taxing on his legs. You know what he's had problems with the last 5 years? His legs.
He has a history of injury. So, are we gonna overwork him? It's gonna be interesting. Will he finally submit and and put his game in shackles for a little bit to run an offense and be disciplined to do that? Because Hayward needs that. Al Horford needs that. We don't know what Jason Tatum needs yet. We'll see. Kyrie doesn't fit in that. So we'll see what happens. But there's more.
And his overall durability. Being a point guard and bringing the ball up every time is more taxing on your lower body. So that part he didn't put into the equation. And since, I'm old enough to have watched the Celtics last season, and since when is the Celtics point guard this big distributor? Wasn't the point guard for the Celtics last year Isaiah Thomas? Yes. Who finished second in the league in scoring and finished 15th in the league
What
in
happened, man?
assists?
What's up?
I'm looking at it right here. Now,
What you
15th
looking
in
for?
assists was ahead of Kyrie at 17th in assists, but it was 5.9 to 5.8. That Celtics point guard's not asked to go out there and just distribute the ball.
We talked about this level of insecurity that might be draped upon Kyrie Irving right now, walking into Boston, and now suddenly all the pressure, and the lights.
I'm busy. Here, take this. Go to the living room. Go to the table.
Table.
Yeah.
And the fanfare, the pressure, it's all on this guy.
Look at it right here. Now 15th in assists was ahead of Kyrie at 17th in assists, but it was 5.9 to 5.8. That Celtics point guard's not asked to go out there and just distribute the ball.
We talked about this level of insecurity that might be draped upon Kyrie Irving right now, walking into Boston, and now suddenly all the pressure, and the lights, and the fanfare, the pressure, it's all on this guy right now to be the man. So maybe Dave.
So this is what Kyrie wanted. And apparently, the way he's talking, and the way he was talking in the interview, he wanted it to be Boston. You know, he wanted the pressure of leading a historical franchise. So now he's going to get that again. And it's the thing, he's already been here. He has problems with teammates. He does not make people better. If he feels threatened by your ability, he will clash with you. We saw that with Deion Waiters. We saw that with LeBron. We'll see who on the Celtics is going to try to step up and be that man, which he's going to feel like is threatening his position, because that's what he went there for. It's a selfish move. So you should expect selfish behavior and selfish things to happen. And a bunch of selfish, probably petty, very petty feuds that's gonna go on. You know? So those are the things that you should expect to see and expect to hear. I think he'll put up some numbers, but I would not be surprised to see him get injured. Defense is just going to kill him way too much. They don't have any other person they really need to key on. If you say Hayward, maybe. See what he develops. See what Jason Tatum develops into, so they can take some of that load off of him. But his body, look at his body. It is frail. And that's some of the biggest difference between him and Isaiah. Isaiah was thick, muscular, and he still ended up with the injury. Okay? Oh, hello? Hello? So, hello? What's going on?
Are you perplexed?
Huh?
Huh?
What's going on?
Are you perplexed?
What do you mean?
I take that as a yes. What happened?
Huh?
What happened?
Oh, what happened with what?
You sent me a text with question marks?
Oh, I didn't know where you were at. I was waiting for you to come in, and I was like,
Oh, okay. I went to get your medicine. You had texted me a thing about your prescription.
oh, yeah. I didn't know. I thought you went and got it before you.
Yeah, I just dropped off the kids because they don't want to come with me these days. They're like trying to manage every bit of free time they can before they have to go to bed.
That's understandable to a degree.
Michael was falling asleep in the car.
Yeah, he's in the living room right now.
Huh?
He's in the living room right now.
He's doing what?
He's in the living room right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't even sleep at nap time. He was up the whole nap hour. I mean, he fell asleep in the car when we were on our way to pick up EMF, and he slept the whole time until we got back to the school.
Oh, wow.
But other than that, Michael has not slept.
Okay. I got him. I did call Wilma again and left another message, so we'll see what happens.
What did you say?
I called Wilma again and left another message. So
He left a message. Okay, cool.
Another one, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, I haven't got that confirmed.
What did you, okay, well, I'm going to be home. I'm on Halifax and
Yeah.
or Artie.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay, I see you in a minute.
Alright, I love you.
Love you too. So, I had to get my prescription. Anyway, so I was saying, let's go back because I kind of lost where we're on. So let's go back.
Every time is more taxing on your lower body. So that part he didn't put into the equation. And since, I'm old enough to have watched the Celtics last season, and since when is the Celtics point guard this big distributor? Wasn't the point guard for the Celtics last year Isaiah Thomas? Yes. Who finished second in the league in scoring and finished 15th in the league in assists? I'm looking at it right here. Now 15th in assists was ahead of Kyrie at 17th in assists.
not asked to go out there and just distribute.
So, ISO, that's his game. Apparently, that's Isaiah's game. Now, the difference is, how is their game going to fit with these different players? You know, it's going to be interesting. LeBron in Cleveland is going to dictate how that offense is ran. So you kind of already have an idea of what's going to happen, what's going to go on. We just don't know how successful these other guys are going to be. And I'm telling you, man, we might see the blossoming of a rose. We might see a rose blossom. We might see it. That bud is getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and we're watering it and we're fertilizing it, and it's getting the right amount of sunlight, and it is continued to be taken care of delicately, and now we might see it blossom into a player that used to be one of the most feared guards in the league just a few years ago. A player that used to be considered the savior of Chicago. A player who wouldn't pick up the phone and call LeBron James and say, hey, it's okay if you come join my team in the offseason. Wouldn't do that. We're talking about that guy with multiple knee injuries on both legs. And we're asking, do you believe in magic? Do you believe in the power of being persistent in hard work and dedication? Do you believe that a rose could grow from concrete? Because that's what we're looking at with Derrick Rose on the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're looking for that unicorn. We're looking for the unexpected to happen. That bud was dying, but let's see if LeBron can fertilize it. Let's see if LeBron can take care of it and be the gardener he's supposed to be. We'll see. So what we're gonna see this season, how good? No, you can come in. You can come in. What we really are gonna see in this season, how much of a gardener could LeBron James be? Because if LeBron James, if LeBron James could make that rose blossom, oh my goodness, the league will be in trouble. They will be in trouble. Excuse me. I'm doing the show. Michael, get out of here now. This is ridiculous. What was I saying? Let me go back, because I was drastically thrown off. No, you come in. I want you to hear this.
There's a myth going around that Kyrie, he didn't have opportunities to shine with, playing sidekick to LeBron James. There's a really cool stat in the NBA. It's called usage rate. It just means what's the percentage of your team's possessions that you use per game. Not surprisingly, first in the NBA in usage rate last year was Russell Westbrook. Yes. Makes sense. He had the ball in his hands the whole time. James Harden is top 5 in that stat. Last year, Kyrie Irving finished 10th in usage rate. You know who didn't finish in the top 10?
LeBron
James. Last year, Kyrie used more.
Stop right there. Here we go. Look at the wall of lies come tumbling down with hard facts and numbers hit him. So the idea that he was being overshadowed by LeBron, we just shattered that. It's broken. What's next? Let's see what's next to be shouted by
More
facts.
Cavs possessions than LeBron did. The
Yes.
idea that LeBron was like holding back this all of a sudden he's going to be Magic Johnson 2.0, that doesn't exist. Kyrie's still fantastic, but that's just recreating history here.
He's not a fantastic passer.
Check.
He's not a fantastic defender.
Check.
Now, so Danny Ainge, he made up a couple things there, and then also, he's going to be a better defender in Brad Stevens' defense.
Check. And that's 3 checks right there. Listen. The idea that he can go play with weaker players and get better results is preposterous. This was a ego-driven move. This had nothing to do with being a team basketball player or being a player that is actually here trying to win games. He's not here to win games. He's coming here for the accolades. You know what Kyrie's doing? He's going right now. He's looking at the Celtics history to see who took the most shots, who made the most threes, who got the most free throws in history. Because that's what he's chasing. He's not chasing championships, okay? He's chasing stats. Because we all know the numbers never lie, right? That's what they say. But my question to you is, like I said, LeBron, we're going to see how good of a gardener LeBron can be. I was just watching him on one of these HG channels. HG, like, renovate house and stuff. And he was showing off his gardener skills. Guess what? This season we see LeBron the gardener. He got to come out there. He got to fertilize it. He got to water it every day. He got to carefully take off the damaged petals that has been there. He got to cut the spikes off of it. Got to do that. Make sure it get the right amount of sunlight. Not too much, not too less. Because what we're finna see is LeBron, the type of gardener to make a rose blossom to what the superstar was supposed to be. That's the most intriguing storyline of the year. I have just given it to you. And it's not about Kyrie and them going against each other. That's a wash. It ain't about Kevin Durant and that goofy ass stacked team they got in Golden State. It's not about that. It's not about Chris Paul and Harden. Why in the hell did they get Chris Paul when they had Harden as a point guard? Makes no sense. We're not talking about none of that. None of that's the big story. None of it. But what we are talking about, what we're really challenging, is LeBron's gardening skills. Because guess what LeBron found this off season? Let me tell you what he did. Somewhere down in downtown New York, LeBron looked on the ground. Nothing but concrete. You know what he saw? A rose. Now, like any other person, he looked at that rose and said, hey, how did that be? How could it get here? Who's going to protect it? Who's going to cultivate it? You know what he did? He said, I will. So now we're going to see, can LeBron the gardener take this damaged, destroyed, ran through on the last leg of life support of a career in Derrick Rose and make it go back to that beautiful bud we saw, then open up and blossom back into the all-star that we saw once? Can he do it? How deep is it? How good is he? Can LeBron make a rose grow in concrete? Now that's poetic justice for you, Kyrie. Cause when you see that 6'3" rose come through, you're not looking at the rose of the past couple of years with the injuries and no one to take care of me, no one feeding them right. We ain't looking at that rose. No. We gotta turn back the clock. LeBron gonna turn back the clock, baby. He cut those. He see those bad pedals. He cut all that off. Now they newer and stronger pedals. They're bigger, faster, more durable. And you gotta deal with that. You gotta deal with Derrick Rose, an ex-MVP that got something to prove, with a gardener that got enough fertilizer to keep his ass growing until we reach Bigfoot's house. What you gonna do, man? Yeah, we know you playing in the garden, but you ain't got no gardener. The gardener's in Cleveland. And what he's keeping up right now is a rose. Can you handle that? Because they've been showing the workouts. They've been showing LeBron talking to him. He from the moment he said Rose is coming, you go to his Twitter page. He put the blossom up. That's greatness. To bring something from the dead into the living, you finna really see the power of LeBron James, man. That's what we finna see. We're gonna understand what it means to make people better. Because come All-Star Weekend, and you see Derrick Rose with an average of 23 points a game, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds, all of a sudden on the All-Star team again, and your numbers looking like 20 points a game, maybe 4 assists, maybe 3 rebounds. You're gonna start thinking like, damn, wait a minute. He's giving him what I was missing. See, I heard a line that was said, and it was a great line. I'm gonna need a little bit of assistance on this one. What was the line? What was one of the greatest lines you ever heard? One of the best lines you ever heard about a beautiful woman. I'm asking you. Actually. Monique, I'm asking you. What is one of the best lines you've ever heard about a beautiful woman?
Show me a beautiful woman, I'll show you the guy that's tired of fucking her.
Show me a beautiful woman and I'll show you a guy who gets tired of fucking her. You see that, Kyrie? See that beautiful woman? LeBron must have been tired of fucking you. But watch what he do with Derrick Rose. How's that gonna feel? How that fall from grace? It ain't gonna be too much of a fall because you wasn't that high up. Now maybe your ego inflated you a little bit. You had the helium going, right? You had it. LeBron, take the wind out your sails, boy. You barely even, I don't even think you won 35 games in the season without that boy right there. You don't know nothing about that life. You don't know nothing about that NBA life. You don't know nothing about that carrying. You don't know what it feels like. Because now you actually got pressure on you. When you was playing on them teams without LeBron, there was no pressure. No pressure. Y'all was out there shooting, hooping. Let you do what you want to do. Made the All-Star team. Numbers was there. All-Star MVP. Right? I seen what you did to Drevin Knight. Then said, shh. Put him to bed. I get it. I loved it. I watched it. But see, sometimes in life, when you get riches too early, accolades too early, things kind of seemingly to be handed to you. You lose something they call appreciation. That's what you have lost. You didn't appreciate what you had. Now you're going to find out. You're going to see the difference. Because you already know it. You already know the difference. But since for some reason you want to try this again, okay, cool. I invite you to try it. Honestly, you ain't got no choice. What's up? Hello. Hello. Talking a little bit of hoops right now. Talking about Kyrie Irving. Man,
it's win or go home. We lose this, we gotta restart this seed. If we win this, we gotta win one more. I'm hyped. I'm ready to go. I ain't wasting time. 3, 2, 1, splash. Here we go.
Man, everybody playing the new 2Ks, and a brother like me is out of the loop for a minute. I'm gonna get it right though. I'm gonna get it right. I ain't even finna mess with your videos right now. I see you. He playing 18. I got it. I see you. Don't worry about it. I ain't got the game. I'll get it eventually. It's gonna take me a little bit more longer than usual. But don't you worry, I will get it. But let's get back to this Gardner and to this Rose. Okay? It blew from the Windy City to the Big Apple, and now it's right there where the Gardeners play at. Akron, Ohio. The best Gardner this league has ever seen. And you know what LeBron's new plan is? Let's make Rose great again. And you can vote on that. You feel me? You can vote on that. Let's make Rose great again. I'm already telling my wife, Pat Nat, get the t-shirt. Make Rose great again. Right now, you put yourself on an island like Gilligan. You just out there with a professor that you don't talk to, with a captain that thinks you're incompetent, with a rich man that don't know what to do, don't know how to survive, and females, they just there to look pretty, but they getting older by the minute. Gravity is a bitch to them. That's where you at. And you put yourself there. For what? Oh, I know. What is it? Is that what they call Mamba mentality? Is that what that is now? Stupidity? Any person who is taking advice from Kobe Bryant in guiding his career has to be a complete idiot. You say, why is that? Okay, well let's talk about the failed shoe contracts when he first came out. Okay, that's why it took him so long to get to Nike. You know those shoes that you didn't buy, those crazy 8s and stuff. Yeah. Those things. We start there. He's already diminished his market. Oh, you want to bring up the more off the court issues? You want to bring up the temperament, sucker punching teammates? Huh? That you want to bring that up? Is that Mamba mentality? Running one of the greatest centers ever out of your city? Then under your guardianship, under you supposed to be the number one option, your team made the playoff once, you quit in that game 7, and then the rest of you didn't even make the playoffs, and you bitched and cried and cried and tried to beg your way and almost got out. You wanted to go to Chicago so bad. Talking about I need help. I need help. Then the injuries come. Shoulders, oh no. Knees, oh no. Ankles, oh no. Oh yeah, it's a big difference when you're the number one. It's a big difference. Is it in you? You didn't look like you both muscled up. You actually look like you're a little thinner. It's not gonna help, dog. You have made the biggest mistake of your career, and you didn't have to do it. And I'm glad the media is starting to see it and started to call it exactly what it is. This is a selfish ass move. Okay? There's no other way around it. There's no excuses for it. Pure selfishness. That little speech you gave at the end of Game 5 this year, and you know, we getting better. I'm looking forward to coming back with me and Bron and all this, me and Bron this, me and Bron that. You know, he pushes me to be great. I love being around him. Every time I see him, he's doing something phenomenal. Oh, all the googly eyes. You said all the right things at the time. But I guess in your mind, you was thinking something else. You was thinking like, this nigga's taking my shine. You was thinking like, Cleveland used to be all about me, right? Why I ain't getting 30 shots? Oh, wait a minute, I'm getting 29. Why I ain't playing 43 minutes? Oh, no, wait a minute, I'm playing 42. Why I don't get to shoot the ball in the clutch? Oh, wait a minute, I'm the one shooting it. These are the things you try to say to justify it. You try to say, I've got so much, I'm mature. Now I'm ready. I'm so ready right now. Ready for what? All of a sudden you think you finna become a passer? You think you finna become that man that can actually set people up? That's what you gonna do? No. I study basketball, I live basketball. Your crossovers don't even predicate that type of action. It's not made for that. You're not made for that. That's like if you sit here and tell me John Stockton was made to be a one-on-one player. I tell you don't know basketball. He wasn't made for that. You need to understand that. I think you know. But don't try to insult the public's intelligence. You went on ESPN and was very disrespectful to Max Kellerman. A little bit to Stephen A. I guess his hype man got to you. You got a suit on, right? looking like you're interviewing for a job. Either that or going to get on the witness stand for something. Why you there in a suit? Oh, now it's all political, right? I see. But what you don't see is what happens when you are not protected. You know, them big hits LeBron was to absorb it. Yeah, that's gonna be you going to the hole now. And then your legs so weak because you have to go to the hole and it takes so much energy out of you. And your frame is small. Now your jumper is off. Oh damn. Yeah, that's the process. Now your teammates pissed off at you because you done waved off the play the last 3 times up the court. Because you know, that's what Kyrie do. Grandpa Drew, right? Yeah, I get it. Uncle Drew. I get it. How many games you think you gonna win now? What I really want to know is, who's the first person you finna get into an argument with? You know. I guess we'll figure that out at practice. If Gordon Hayward feel like, yo, I'm the number one option, I'm a better man, that's gonna be the person Kyrie have a problem with. I'm telling you right now, he gonna have a problem with it. What the problem is you and your ego. And the role models you choose to even associate yourself with. Let me get this fucking clear. Here's a guy, like I just stated, couldn't do nothing without at least, I have a formula I will share with you, without at least 3 all-star players on his team, great coach, deep bench. These is the luxuries that Mr. Bryant had. You understand? I pity the fool. The fool is you. You listen to that man? You let that man influence you? He was detrimental to his own game. But see, the Cavs don't got the leadership that the Lakers had. Because if the Cavs had the leadership, they would have told you, Kyrie, they would have said, look, hey, I don't care about that. I don't know what you think this is, but you just signed a big ass contract. Now let's just talk about your dishonesty. So, you say you've been waiting to leave, you couldn't wait to leave, so why would you that year sign a big ass contract? For long-term purposes. You're a flat-out liar. They're destroying your character. They are assassinating the character, which is Kyrie Irving. It really wasn't that too much off anyway. You know, you're the same guy when it got one of these the white Miss America, I think she Miss Texas, pregnant and bounced. You're the same one that made the comments about you only like black, you only let white women on your yacht, no black females allowed, especially the dark ones. Yeah, you the same person that made those comments. See, stuff like that gets overlooked when you're winning and when you got LeBron, because ain't nobody caring a damn about what you talking about. Now they do. Now they do. You better be careful what you wish for. You just might get it. You just might get it. only to realize it was never what you thought it was, and you was never made like that. It's not you. It's not. That's like if the Pistons would have said, hey, Vinny the microwave, we need him to lead us. No. Y'all scoring, game is nice, come in, give you 15 like it's nothing. That's what he is. He accepted that. See, the problem is people don't want to accept their roles on teams. You let stupid ass comments like a Batman and Robin and second fiddle and all that shit get to your head. You supposed to be headstrong. I don't know anybody that made it that far and to that point that shouldn't be headstrong. And that's me talking about nepotism, which we all know is a huge problem in the NBA. Because people like you, your father played professional ball. Your godfather played professional ball also. And if you go down the list, you're just seeing this connection continuing to happen. But you just being who you are. And I always tell people time reveals all. Give it some time, you're gonna see. Give it some time. It'll all come out. And it did. And you look like a fool. I'm sorry, man. Hey. When a guy tells me he's calling Kobe Bryant for advice on his career, I'll be like, he's the last person to call for that. You see what the fuck he did to his career? So what's next on the menu? What's next? You gonna go force yourself on the fucking door, the doorman or some shit? Or when you order room service, you gonna take the server in? You know the shit that Kobe Bryant did. Career choices, right? Mamba mentality, right? Is that what they call rapists now? Is that what that means? When you say I got that Mamba mentality, does it mean you got the ability to possibly rape somebody? Because that's what your man did. Or never be accountable. Never be accountable. When they played the Pistons in the finals, he got locked up. He did a lot of dumbass decisions. Why? On purpose. Trying to prove a point. Cost his team a championship. This is the guy you're taking career advice from. Where it makes no sense. Why are you taking advice from that guy? Everything he's done in his career pretty much was going to destroy his career. Meanwhile, you got a guy over there who's one of the best philanthropists in the league, who has a team around him that has set him up to not only be a player in the NBA, but also be associated with marketing players in the NBA. See, if LeBron played it right, if he plays it right, he can play into his 40s. Now, I ain't saying he finna be the same LeBron when you got Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. See what I'm saying? You gotta understand the game. You're too selfish. It came too easy for you. That's what happened. And Cleveland did not have a strong enough backbone to say, look, dude, I get it. But let me show you these numbers. Now, if you saw those numbers, would that change your mind? No. Because you're full of shit. Pure bullshit. You wanted to go. You had this idea of being the man, where league history already shows you they have not ever, it has not ever been a team that has won a championship without this particular formula. One superstar. Check. Gotta have that. Another all-star player. Check. Another all-star player. Check. Another all-star player quality. Check. See, this is where we get Durant, Steph, Clay, Draymond. See that? Magic, Scott. Well, first we'll say Kareem, Magic, Worthy, Orlando Warridge, or Byron Scott, Michael Cooper. You see that? You see that formula? You see that? Jordan, Pippen, Horace Grant, Paxton. You see what I'm saying? So what's the formula there? That's the formula. Everybody has their model already. There's no new franchise that's going to try to come and create some wacky new style of play. Your style of play does not fit Boston. It don't fit the narrative. It don't fit the history in any way. It don't fit their schemes offensively. It doesn't fit there. You're not supposed to be in Boston. You're the most unluckiest motherfucker I know. Because the situation you're in now is horrible, man. It's horrible. What you get, what you ask for, right? So we'll see. And yeah, you'll have some pretty good games here and there. You know you'll perform. I can see you getting 40 a couple of times next season, maybe even 50. Maybe even 50. It ain't gonna get you that far though. You ain't gonna average nothing close to that. You're not even finna average close to 30. And you're finna become more of an inefficient player. Because now you're gonna shoot a lot more threes. But these threes are gonna be contested. Because you ain't got nobody to set you up too. Oh yeah. LeBron was setting you up also. But see, this is the shit that you don't understand, you know, that's immature, that's like a child. Not even grateful. You know, that's this new age coward mentality. That passive aggressive bullshit. Somebody come at you and tell you, hey, I want to know, is it a problem with us? And you can't even answer it like a man or an adult. You just turn your head or just act like I didn't say so. That's what you are. And it's sad. It's sad. It really is. Because that speech you gave at the end of Game 5 when y'all lost, pretty much vowing to come back stronger, work harder in the off season. We finna go conquer this beast. Obviously, you were lying to us then. statements like, I've been trying to get out of here. Really? Guess you didn't say it loud enough, huh? Or is it just a simple fact you waited for an opportune time? Cause see, that first championship he got hurt. So, yeah, you can't really force none at that point. Ironically enough, you were in a contract year also. You could have left. Easy. Right? But no, you had no heart. You ain't got no heart. So you say, sign a long-term deal. Next thing you come around, you guys win a championship. You made the three-pointer to put them over the top. It was Kyrie dancing out there. After LeBron made that block. See what I'm saying? Next year rolls around. You can't tell me that the shot to win the championship in Game 7 has not been your dream. That's everybody's dream. And guess what? Because of LeBron James, you was able to achieve that scenario. And you think it's okay to say, yo, I did have, why should I have called him or talked to him? Seriously? That man made your dreams come true. I mean, literally. You know those dreams. Not too much time on the clock for it all. You got it. And you cross it. Once you cross him again, now you see you wobbling. He can't control his own body. Hard dribble, step back, boom. You can't contest that. He was shook 3 dribbles ago. And you made him walk off the court like a killer. I loved it. I ain't gonna lie. I can see him like that's a young lion right there. But the young lion gotta think about and be patient for him to lead the herd. Your time will come, but it's when nature gives it, not what you dictate it. And that's what you did. You didn't respect the process. You was gonna lead the herd. Situation would have been different. LeBron understands that. You think he's ignorant to any of that? Who's not? It's just a shame that now I'm gonna give you guys the truth. It's just a shame. It's a shame that the league has to orchestrate these type of things to create interest in their sport. Okay, it's a shame. But that's what we saw. That was the league's attempt to stay in the limelight until basketball season comes, to create a storyline in these. Cause see, that's all these are. These are all storylines that are being used. That's it. Not more, nothing less. Just a storyline. How does it feel to be a part in that? Or you think you dictate where you go? You didn't have no right. You didn't have nothing. No leverage. People didn't have nothing. They could have left your ass there and made sure you stayed until that contract was up. And then devalued your ass and just put you on the bench. Now, of course, the same GM wouldn't do that, but the same GM with all the leverage wouldn't trade his second best player. And he for damn sure wasn't traded for damaged goods. So I don't want to hear anybody, any commentator, talking that nonsense about the good deal, the steal that Cleveland got. Stop it. Stop it. The only healthy piece in that deal and consistent piece in that deal was Crowder. That's it. Everything else, that draft pick, what happens if Russell has an MVP type year? Out there in Brooklyn. Because D'Angelo Russell got something to prove. He's in the East now, 6'5", quick, can shoot the three, true court vision. You gonna guard him? Probably not. They gonna disguise you, like they always do. That's what happens. But you gotta deal with D'Angelo Russell on the mission now. Oh yeah. See, you been on that mission, but they pretty much said, "Oh, you gone? We don't want you like that." Said, "Fine, you better go with a rookie." Cool, you do that. Shipped him off back to the East Coast. Be happy. Be happy. He ain't gotta deal with that circus. Cause that shit in there in LA is a big ass circus. With the bearded woman and all that shit. Okay? Understand that. That's what that shit is. So, we got a couple of weeks, a few weeks before opening tip. I'm ready, man. I can't wait till the season starts. Not to see what you do. I mean, the matchup is cool and all. But like I said, me personally, I can't follow Boston like that. I just can't do it. Big KG fan. I ain't fucking with that Boston gear. Leprechauns and shit like that. That's not me. Don't pretend it. Won't act like it. Won't be. It's just not who I am. My advice to Cleveland and the orchestrators in the NBA: move Isaiah Thomas somewhere. You can hoodwink somebody, because that's what just happened to them. The Cavs must get rid of Isaiah Thomas in order to achieve their goals. I just did this quick meditation on the subject. It's just very annoying. Very annoying. But, c'est la vie. That's life. C'est la vie, man. Well, I do wish you best. I do. Because despite it all, I like people with handles. I like people that know how to use their handles to get to the basket. see that small crease in the D and know I just throw the ball that way, then I can skip over it and switch back. Yeah, you got all those tricks, and it's great to see. I can't rock with you like that, dog. Son. Only time I ever do something like that is when I'm going with the king, LeBron. That's it. All the other players, yeah, I let them rep their team. Because I'm sure it's not for the rapping. It's not my job or my hobby. So, but time will show a lot, man. Time will show a lot. And it looks like Cleveland got a little bit deeper. Am I tripping? Sad but true. Tell all of Kyrie Irving. So, and ended out Chris Carter.
Well, how's that gonna happen? They don't have no big man to protect the rim. Like, how's that gonna happen? So if you're an educated basketball fan, you can been like Danny Ainge. You know you're full of it. You just made these things up. He is an unbelievable scorer. Unbelievable. Like, unbelievable scorer. But even if you're going to put more responsibility on as a point guard, you know what that is, Nick? That's more taxing on his legs. You know what he's had problems with the last 5 years? His legs and his overall durability. Being a point guard and bringing the ball up every time is more taxing on your lower body. So that part he didn't put into the equation. And since, I'm old enough to have watched the Celtics last season, and since when is the Celtics point guard this big distributor? Wasn't the point guard for the Celtics last year Isaiah Thomas? Yes. Who finished second in the league in scoring and finished 15th in the league in assists? I'm looking at it right here.
Oh, yeah.
15th in assists was ahead of Kyrie at 17th in assists, but it was 5.9 to 5.8.
E-Man on your
Celtics
team.
point guards not asked to go out there and just distribute the ball.
When we talked about
I need one of my
the level
sons.
of insecurity that might be draped upon
What you
Kyrie
doing, big
Irving
guy?
right now, walking into Boston, and now suddenly all the pressure, and the
Can you-
lights, and
can
the
you
fanfare, the pressure, it's all on this guy right now to be the man. So maybe Danny Ainge has to come out and say, dude, listen,
Yeah, but
you
it's
know,
cool. I'm doing this
maybe
thing.
you're a better
Yeah.
passer now without LeBron.
That's
You're
my
going to
boy.
be fine. Like, a lot of
Check
this
it
is
out.
optics to get this guy ready
That's
to
my
be
man.
the
Hey,
face
yo, what are you
for the
doing?
Boston Celtics.
Ask Danny Ainge
You
how
don't
good
like
he
me
was
singing?
Larry Bird and all those
No,
other
Danny
cool.
Ainge
You
is great.
know,
Number 44 was
I do,
fantastic. Terrible
my
example,
other.
CC, the worst.
I love you, big
You
girl.
know how you
And
typically
popsicle.
know
Go give your mama a hug
you
and a
were
kiss
brought
for me.
somewhere to be a star?
Tell her it's for me.
When they have the press conference announcing you, you get to do it by yourself. Like I saw next to Kyrie, a 6'8" white dude, they signed named Gordon Hayward. They didn't sign him the same day. No, they didn't trade for him. No.
No, Danny Ainge was great. Number 44 was fantastic. Maybe you're a better passer now without LeBron. You're going to be fine. And the fanfare, the pressure, it's all.
The ball.
When we talked about this level of insecurity that might be draped upon Kyrie
In the league in scoring and finished 15th
Give your mama a
in
kiss
the
and a
league in
hug for me.
assists.
You tell her it was for me.
Now 15th in assists was ahead of Kyrie at 17th in assists, but it was 5.9.
Yo, man.
5.8. That Celtics point guard's not asked to go out there and just distribute the ball.
When we talked about this level of insecurity that might be draped upon Kyrie Irving right now, walking into Boston, and now suddenly all the pressure, and the lights, and the fanfare, the pressure, it's all on this guy right now to be the man. So maybe Danny Ainge has to come out and say, dude, listen, maybe you're a better passer now without LeBron. You're going to be fine. Like, a lot
saw next to Kyrie, a 6'8" white dude they signed named Gordon Hayward. They didn't sign him the same day. No, they didn't trade for him. No. They signed him weeks ago. And they waited. Like, we'll do this joint press conference. We got them both here now. So, the idea, and I mean, last I checked, like, and I think Kyrie's better than Hayward, but All-NBA voters said it's not. Gordon Hayward had more votes for the All-NBA team than Kyrie Irving did. I just want people to be honest about what Kyrie Irving is. And I am not hating on the guy. I've told this story. I like Kyrie Irving so much. I walked up to someone at the NBA Finals. Chris is talking to a man at the NBA Finals. Older black gentleman. I thought I recognized him. I thought he was a former boxer.
Black guys.
You knew him. You guys are talking. You guys walk away, and I'm like, who was that? He's like, that's Kyrie Irving's dad. And I'm like, give me a second, Chris. I walk over. I'm like, sir, I just want to let you know what an impressive young man I
That's
think
your
your
fault
son
for
is.
trying to make all my friends your friends.
Hold on. The guy, so I'm congratulating him on an impressive young man his son, Kyrie Irving, is. He looks me in the eye and goes, thank you so much. He's getting some chips right now. He'll be back in a minute. That wasn't Kyrie Irving's dad. It's just some dude. Chris thought it was Kyrie Irving's dad, so I like Kyrie Irving so much, I'm complimenting strangers on his poise. Like that, but he is
That's
the
on you,
basketball.
and that's on you.
Oh,
I can't with the two of you going out by yourselves at night. Like,
But it doesn't change who he is.
Yeah.
A guy who was 17th in the league in assists per game and 30th in the league doesn't change who he is.
Yeah.
A guy who was 17th in the league in assists per game and 30th in the league in assist rate last year, despite being 10th in usage rate. He's not a distributor. And if you bring in Kyrie Irving to be a distributor, you are not using his best talents to your team's benefit.
You too, Uncle Drew. Watch the commercial for a soft drink. Watch how it's made. All right, that's who Kyrie Irving is. Well, young or old, he is a dribbling, scoring machine, and it's hard to score and pass. It's hard to dribble and pass.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from some of our other great shows on FS1.
I'm gonna end it right there. So it's gonna be an interesting season. You know, I just had that energy in me still. Plus my meds just keep me up, bro. It's gonna be nighttime. Peace. Thanks everybody. See you later.